Springfield's Rock Station Q102. And gather around, road crew. We have a very special guest this hour, Art from Everclear. Now, they will be helping us kick off the Ozark Empire Fair this year with a great concert with special guest Marcy Playground. It's happening July 25th. First off, Art, thanks for joining me today. But second, my question for you is, are you a fair person?
First of all, thanks for calling me. Thanks for talking about the show, and I'm stoked that Marcy Playground's playing it. Yeah, I am a fair guy, you know. I like a really good, fresh-dipped, fresh-cooked corn dog. And I like, they're in the Midwest in the summertime, I like a nice grilled ear of corn.
So are we talking like Mexican-style corn here?
No, not elote. Now, I grew up with that. That's cool. Man, really good corn, you don't need to put hardly anything on it. A little bit of salt, a little bit of butter, that's it. Sweet corn is like candy to me. A little bit of grill on it, you know? And, yeah, so I'm a fan.
Do you ride any rides, Art?
Nope. Those days are over, brother. Nope. No, I got titanium in my back, and I'm not getting on a carny ride.
More with Art from Everclear coming up right here on Springfield's Rock Station Q102. Hanging with Art from Everclear on Springfield's Rock Station Q102. Those guys have a show coming up July 25th at the Ozark Empire Fair with special guest Marcy Playground. Tickets just $15 to $35 to get in, and that's, general admission all the way to VIP pit passes. So be sure to get those at ozarkempirefair.com. Now, Art, the last time I got to see you guys was at Downstream Casino right outside of Joplin. I think it was January of 2020. It was kind of a weird time for everybody because things were slowly starting to lock down. Concerts were getting canceled. What was that time like for you?
So we did a bunch of shows in January, and to be honest with you, at that time, I hadn't heard about COVID. Now, I had gotten really, really sick in December, and my family got it from me. I mean, I had never been that sick in my life. And we find out later that ground zero for the U.S. was Seattle sometime in November, December. So I think I had it then. And then we went out in January and played a bunch of shows, including that show that you're talking about. And then we went to Australia in February for the whole month. We come back on the 28th of February, and then we have like 84 shows set up for the rest of the year. It's going to be a great year. And then on March 13th is when it all shut down. And, man, it was a blessing and a curse at the same time. A lot of good things came out of it. Spent a lot of time with the family. That was really wonderful. But my kid, like a lot of adolescents, had a hard time with COVID. Good stuff came out of it. I think Zoom, and for me, being a pretty openly sober guy that goes to meetings, were then and still now a huge part of my life. I just learned from it, and I got COVID again in 2021. It put me in the hospital for 3 weeks, home in bed for another month. I had pneumonia. It progressed my MS. I'd been diagnosed with MS in 2018. But I still think, it taught me a lot of times adversity teaches you tenacity. And I'm grateful for it. And what I'm grateful for is I'm 62 years old and I'm still playing in a rock band, and people still want me to come and sing songs with me like the fan. It's pretty awesome.
More with Art from Everclear coming up right here on Springfield's Rock Station Q102. Springfield's Rock Station Q102. We're hanging with Art from Everclear. They are going to be playing at the Ozark Empire Fair on July 25th with Marcy Playground. Now, Art, you guys are kind of a low-key supergroup, and I bring that up because you've got some members in the band that are also in other bands. Brian's in American Hi-Fi, and Freddie, he's in the X's. What's it like touring with such great guys?
Well, it's kind of hard to tell because I've known Freddie since 2002. I took the X's on tour in 2003. I've been trying to get Freddie in the band since I met him, and he joined the band in 2009, and Davey, our guitar player, who's just kind of a rock star in the Northwest, has been in the band over 20 years. I know Stacy from American Hi-Fi. I've known him since 93, 94, and I've known Brian since the late 90s. And so it's really a comfortable band, man. We all know our places in the band, and I take really good care of my guys, and they take care of me, and it's just a great show to see. And you're going to see a little preview here of our tour. We have a big bus tour going out in the fall with Marcy Playground and Jimmy's Chicken Shack. So doing the Ozark Empire Fair. That's going to be awesome.
It is going to be awesome. We'll talk more about that concert coming up on July 25th. Right now, it's one of the groups that we just talked about, American Hi-Fi on Springfield's Rock Station, Q102. Springfield's Rock Station, Q102. We are hanging with Art from Everclear, and they had some big news that one of their albums is finally going to be released on vinyl after 25 years. Songs from American Movie, Volume 1, Learning How to Smile. Art, this has got to be pretty special for you, right?
Dude, it's super special. I fought for it for years. I mean, just so you know, when we signed to Capitol in 94, I said, look, you got to put out vinyl. I'm a vinyl guy. You got to put out vinyl. I don't care if it's 500 pieces. Every album you got to put out vinyl. In the contract, right? In the contract. They did it for World of Noise when they reissued World of Noise. They did it for Sparkle and Fade. They did it for Afterglow. And after selling, 3-4 million records, I go to them to send the artwork, and they're like, no, we're not going to do vinyl for this. I'm like, it's in the contract. You're not going to do it. And they're like, sue us. Go ahead, sue us. They're like smiling. The label manager's like, Art, we're not going to make vinyl. It's just not going to happen. And he goes, what, are you going to sue us? And we've got like $2 million of yours in the pipeline? I'm like, nah, that's not going to happen. Okay. So they got me there. But, so we've been doing reissues of our other albums. And with the anniversary, the 25th anniversary that's coming out, me and my management, my team just made it happen. And so we're stoked. It's going to be on yellow vinyl, just like I envisioned it. And it's going to be cool.
It is a beautiful vinyl. I've seen it. Now, Art, since you're a vinyl guy, what are some of your favorites?
Oh, man, they're putting out a lot of stuff on really heavy, 180 gram, 200 gram, even colored vinyl. To be honest with you, we put out a live record last year, and it's a double live record, which is super rock, as you know. And it's on 2 pieces of vinyl that are what they call Coke bottle green, which is that is the normal color of vinyl. The Coke bottle green before they put the black in it.
Yeah. And
it's pure, and it's 180 grams, and it just sounds phenomenal. If anyone gets a chance to see some of that vinyl for live at the Whiskey A Go-Go, it's pretty cool. It's a good album.
That is one album that I almost bought, and I regret not getting it. But I do agree with you. I love the 180, the 200 grams. That is the way to go if you're going to buy a vinyl.
They're starting to do a lot more. I just like the Intervention Records, who does a lot of these reissues, and Shane, the guy over there that I work with, and he's just a music fanatic and a vinyl fanatic, and I'm coming to see that he grew up, he's one of those guys that grew up in the 90s with Everclear, so he's pretty stoked to be working on all these projects, and the 180 gram is pretty badass. I'm pretty stoked.
Well, from that album, it's Wonderful on Springfield's Rock Station, Q102. Now, Art, I've seen you guys a handful of times now, but for our road crew who maybe have not been to one of your concerts, what should they expect?
We're a full-on, in-your-face rock band. We don't play with the net. We don't play with tracks, tuning, any of that stuff. It's old school, loud, 90s alternative rock. Even the popular hits we've had. I've always believed that live and studio are 2 different things. Mm-hmm. So in the studio, I'm cool with branching out with keyboards and strings and all that stuff, even loops, just to make it cool. But live, we don't play any of that. It's all 2 guitars, bass, drums, and vocals. That's it. Be prepared for a rock show.
Do not miss Everclear. They will be part of the Ozark Empire Fair, really helping us kick off the event July 25th with special guest Marcy Playground. Tickets are $15 to $35, which is worth every single penny. Get more details on the concert at ozarkempirefair.com or our website, q1021.fm. Art, I can't wait to see you, buddy, in a couple weeks. Thank you for joining the show today.
Awesome, man. Thanks for calling.
I'm going to leave you with Father of Mine on Springfield's Rock Station, Q102.